This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, Aaron upsets fans of Lord of the Rings.
They get the ring, they start walking. Next movie.
Dude, you are treading sacred ground here.
Very sacred ground here.
You turn back.
Kenny uninstalls an anime game due to blockchain. If they're trying to maintain the value of the token.
Well, I'm uninstalling.
Buy low, sell high, Nino Kuni coins.
Yeah, exactly. And Kyle wastes petrol listening to the Promare soundtrack.
With fuel prices, and what were you thinking?
I wasn't, and I now only have half a tank.
You fool!
I'm just going nowhere for the rest of the week.
Apparently, you don't have a choice in it anymore.
No.
Thanks, Japan.
Ava launch!
Tetsuo! Kaneda!
Onii-chan?
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Konnichiwa, and we're back. You're tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast to dive into the world of anime and manga. I'd say every fortnight, but we've had a bit of a rough run, haven't we? I'm Kyle, we've got Aaron and Kenny, and they're back from COVID isolation.
alive.
What's up? I want to steal the opening from Kyle one time and just say that. Just, Konnichiwa, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Kawaii-Fi Radio.
I reckon we should rotate hosts sometime. See how it goes.
Well, it'll be a dumpster fire. I'll probably jump in.
I'm gonna
We'll do it for the extras.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do it for some of the extra episodes when we get around to doing them.
Alrighty.
But yes, we're back finally after
Guess who's back?
Back
again.
It's been, I think, 6 weeks almost for you, Kenny. 5 weeks.
It was a bit of a...
Then Aaron
Sure.
caught it like a week and a half later.
Yeah,
and,
boy.
Tag
team.
Tifa's caught it and just recovered as well. Lucky we got her in for her first episode before she got knocked
she was
down.
only in for one episode, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It was
I
a good
thought it was
episode
like
as well.
2.
I got to listen.
Well, I was going to say, she's just slotted into the team, so
She's a natural. I mean, she's got all that experience over on her channel, Thet Kennedy.
You mean the T Kennedy?
No, Thet Kennedy. It's all one word.
No, it's not.
It is.
She's a vicious that. What is that?
She came from my throat at the beginning of the episode. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? I was like,
And that's why we like her. She got that sass. But look,
She is the anti-Aaron.
we are back, and this week marks 3 years since Studio Trigger's Promare hit cinemas in Japan, and I'm going to use puns here because the film certainly set the community ablaze. And it definitely left a burning sensation in my chest at the end.
You might want to get that checked.
We were talking about it and we're like, wow, it's 3 years. It's just past 1 million ticket sales in Japan. And because of that, it's gone back to the cinemas. And we're suspecting once it hits 3 years for the international release, it might go back to the cinemas as well.
Ooh. Killer.
If it does, we're going.
Yeah, it's...
Holy cow.
Team outing.
I mean, I think we already covered this ages ago on a quick Kawaii-Fi extra.
So
but
we did a Kawaii-Fi extra when it first came out, but we didn't really have time to sit back and think about it and digest it and then assess it critically.
Yeah, and I think, as I said back then, it kind of melts your retinas a bit if you just try to keep track of everything moving on the screen. And,
Yes.
I got to watch it twice this morning.
Yes. And I got to watch it last night and again today.
This is like the Death Note live action all over again, where I was like, yeah, I've already seen it twice already. And then you guys were like,
except this was
we're
good.
watching it the third time. And I'm like,
In case you're wondering, yes, it's still good. Not Death Note. Death Note's not good. Promare is still good.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
For a second, I thought you guys had sat down and tried to watch the Netflix live-action Death Note again. It's just like,
No.
why would you do that?
This was like when I first joined.
Netflix live-action Death Note is a good film if it's not Death Note.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
The
it's
moment you include Death Note as the aspects of it, it's not good.
If you had no idea that Death Note... Nah, I can't even
it's
finish
killing
that.
Notepad.
Yeah, even then, it's still not
Deadly
good.
Notepad.
Actually, no, I tell you about it's not okay, it's not a good film. It's an okay film.
If it was just Willem Dafoe's Ryuk, would be good.
Oh,
look,
Christ. He
yeah.
That was the
absolutely
redeeming
set that role on
factor.
fire.
ASMR style.
Yeah.
I'm going to open a pack of chips in your left ear.
Now,
And eat it.
stop. Now, if you are new to the podcast, welcome. We create monthly anime videos as well and interviews on our YouTube channel. We just put out the Pud video.
The Pud.
The pudding video is
Yeah.
out. Go check it out.
It was
You can just
delicious.
find us at youtube.com/Kawaii-Fi. because we have the URL now. I
I'm
didn't
in
realize
it.
I could have claimed that like 2 years ago.
Damn, Kyle.
All right, but let's get stuck in with what we've had a chance to watch.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Daddy, ohio.
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to go. Hooray, I did the thing.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru? What we're watching. We're going to start with you, Kenny. You've been in isolation. You are out. You are free. What have you been watching?
Well, I was going to say Spy X Family because everyone's been talking about it.
Well, let's do Spy X Family.
It's, you know.
No, it's not just anything. It's one of the best shows we've had in years.
Yeah,
Okay.
frankly, a lot of people are like, oh, it gets too much hype. And I'm just like, okay,
The
but
hype
it's
is warranted.
extremely comfy. It's bloody funny. It's gorgeous. It's
Yes.
worth the hype.
Look, I mean, like, you're no offense. You will always tend to avoid things that are overhyped until they calm down. I do the same myself.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen Bo Burnham's Inside yet, have you?
No, I haven't watched, what's the other one? The Rick and Morty. Haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the fan base kind of makes that untenable.
Yeah, well, we won't go into that. But with Spy X Family, it's not a case where, like, no offense to those that enjoyed it, I did not like Belle at all. And we did go and watch it for the purpose of reviewing it. And from a review perspective, it's got a lot of issues.
Yeah, did
But-
not enjoy.
Check that
Visual-
video on our YouTube.
Yeah, it's...
Shout at us
like-
in the comments. Tell us
Don't-
how
don't
we're
get
wrong
me-
and we'll argue with you.
Don't get me wrong, it's visually spectacular, and all of the aspects of it, the voice acting, the character design, the singing, all that is phenomenal. The problem is that on its own, without prior knowledge of Beauty and the Beast, there are glaring gaps in the plot story.
Okay, and seeing it with prior knowledge of Beauty and the Beast, it's a pale imitation.
Yeah.
It tries to copy
Yeah,
story
and-
beats without... Yeah, we
Anyway,
we covered
That's in
that.
the video.
that's in the video. Go do that and be grumpy over there with us. But anyway,
Come on, argue with me.
But what I'm getting at is that we don't jump on bandwagons. So for us all unanimously, the entire team,
I didn't see it. I didn't speak of it.
to
Spy X
think of look at Spy X
Oh,
Family and
yeah.
go, this is actually outstanding, I think says a lot. And when you look at who's involved, you got Blimmin' Cloverworks partnered with, what was it, Wit Studios?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think they describe it best in the anime with one word.
Peanut?
Elegant!
I mean, there's that too. It's got everything you want, really, doesn't it? It's got action. It's got comedy.
It's got such meme potential. You guys have
Oh,
seen
yeah.
all the Anya memes, right?
Oh yeah, Anya for days. Anya
been
appearing
spamming
in
them.
every other manga as well.
Yeah, people
Like-
have been superimposing her into like Naruto and JoJo and stuff.
Literally everything. If I could superimpose for a hot second, because I read the manga before watching it.
Oh yeah.
So the episode 5,
The
where
castle
the
scene?
castle. In the manga, that was so small and minute, and it was just like a little couch fort, like in the big ballroom.
Oh yeah.
Whereas in the anime, they fully
It
fleshed
went
it out.
full.
And watching it, I was like, they have gone like rogue with it, but they've done it in the best way. Like, this is something I myself
They've
want
made
to
it better.
partake in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you
I
don't
want to be
often
Lloyd
see.
Man.
In adaptation,
No.
there's always going to be changes, but you don't see someone generally sort of improving on it.
Generally, no. I mean,
But there's exceptions, of course.
Horimiya, for instance, like
Yes, yes.
cutting out what was referred to as the nuclear winter arc was a good choice for the anime, and it made it flow a lot more smoothly because nothing of consequence happened in
Well,
40 chapters.
It's like Promised Neverland not giving us season 2.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, disappointing. But I'm actually with Promised Netherland. I'm hoping we'll get like a Promised Netherland Brotherhood down the track once
Like 15 years later.
Well, literally once the author realizes he done stuffed it, and should have done it. But anyway, Spy X
Yes,
Family
should have made a second season because
no,
it was
they
sorely
should have
in need
done.
of a second
They
season.
should have just followed the manga instead of doing something different for the sake of doing
Why do
something.
you mean doing
different.
something different? They didn't do a second season, and they should
Kenny.
have.
If they did, you'd be very disappointed in it right now.
I would be extremely.
Now, Spy X Family, go watch it. Crunchyroll Worldwide. It does live up to the hype. It is good fun. It is wholesome. It is entertaining. It has
It's
action,
adorable.
comedy. It has suspense, and
It has
so
your
good.
new wife.
It does have your new wife, which is just basically Kaguya Shinomiya all grown up as an assassin. Exactly as the wise man predicted.
Oh, so
Just like the old gypsy woman said.
Exactly.
I'm predicting that yours going to be the new big cosplay.
Oh, 100%.
And
And
so
Anya.
my plan is I'm going to get an Anya cosplay and keep the beard.
And keep the beard.
And like maybe like put on detachable sleeves so I can just rip them off.
Mother, give me peanuts.
Peanuts Daisuke.
Actually, there's Tifa mentioned in the chat. There's already a dedicated Spy X Family cafe in Japan.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that
And-
never takes too long, does it?
I was looking at it and we were looking through it, and like for the Anya burger, it's a pink burger, and I'm like, where are the peanuts though? There's no peanuts in any of these, and we thought, oh, maybe it's because
Allergies?
No. In the fries, there are 2 peanuts in the casings and everything. Good to go. Just on the side of any of Anya's meals.
just-
they
Oh,
come
on the
with peanuts.
side?
Yeah.
Not in the fries in the fries?
Not in the fries. They're in a
Okay.
little cup on the, next to
Okay.
it, so
But
you can't
just
separate it.
Two peanuts?
Just two peanuts.
Which is why only 2?
I don't know. I'm sure you could order more if you want, but I think it's just a garnish. Like that's
Yeah.
the way these things work.
It's like it's a novelty.
Are peanuts just not big in Japan?
I don't think they are actually.
I don't think they're really big anywhere.
We
except for,
must
like,
make peanuts big in Japan.
I'm big in Japan.
No, I am too. I'm actually very tall for Japan. Anyway, Spy X Family, watch it. Another things you should also watch. Ya boy Kongming.
Ah, it's
Oh,
so
man.
good. I finally saw the first episode this morning.
Yes. Now we kind of were unsure on whether this would be good when we first saw it. We're like, this sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's actually
It
spectacular.
sounds great.
It is a music anime, and that's something worth keeping in mind. But it's not overbearingly.
Yeah,
music
the music
anime.
doesn't overstay its welcome. There's only a couple of songs in like the first episode.
Yeah, but even then, they last for like one verse, and then it goes to Kongming or Kaomei if you're
I was
watching
going
in
to say, you
Japanese.
guys are pronouncing it the lame English way. It's Kome.
Kome. Paripi Kome.
So yeah, he is the famed Chinese general from the battle at Red Cliffs and the whole Romance of Three
Yeah.
Kingdoms saga. And
A
so
character from Fate.
Basically, he on his
Who
deathbed, he says, I don't want to be in a world, I want to be reborn in a peaceful era if I'm reborn. So he gets reborn in modern-day Tokyo on
Halloween
night, thinks
And
he's in hell.
Because everyone's walking around with skull masks and stuff like that. So it's just like, I must have arrived in hell. I guess I'll just have to make do.
And then he gets picked up by a mummy and a vampire.
Who feed him tequila and take him to a club.
Yeah, where we meet our first musician, the singer.
Marin from Dress Up Idol. Dress Up Darling.
Looks a tiny bit like her.
No, I think she definitely kind of has the character design of more of like a Love Live character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, on that note, the studio's PA works, so that does kind of check out. It's over on High Dive. Sentai Filmworks have licensed it.
But so basically, this Chinese general has decided he's going to put his tactical knowledge into making his new friend a famous singer. Like he's going to win her victory.
on the battlefield of music. Also, the guy who runs the nightclub is like
I love him.
Massive Three Kingdoms like history buff. So he's like, it runs over. Are we talking about Three Kingdoms? It's like, whoa, calm down.
If you've played or seen Persona 4, he's an older version of Kanji.
But yeah, go watch that. That's also
It's good fun.
There's a lot that's been really good this season, and it's a crime that we haven't been able to watch as much because we've been burnt out. But we promise by the end of the season, you'll know about everything, and you'll be able to go and binge it. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover, like summertime rendering as well, which we haven't checked out yet.
Well, that's behind the dreaded Disney Plus paywall, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean? You've got access to my account.
Shh, don't tell Disney.
Yeah. What did Disney like about password sharing? Have they gone full Netflix?
No one's gone full Netflix except Netflix at the
Okay,
moment. But
fair
the
Never
others
go full Netflix.
The others may follow in that footstep.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. We'll be friends. Now, we do need to talk about what you watched this morning.
This morning because I've seen it previously and I couldn't quite remember it, but it's just had its mobile game drop that's also available on PC.
Oh.
And
It's not a sponsorship deal, even though I wish it was.
oh, I wish it was. So, like, for some context, we're talking about Ni no Kuni,
Ni no Kuni.
which original first game had Hayao Miyazaki as an art consultant.
Yep. It was a Studio Ghibli official game.
Oh, was
And
it?
it
Yes.
looks like it, honestly. It's
I thought they were just a consultant and not.
No, like like all the things when you're starting it up have Studio Ghibli on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's level 5 Studio Ghibli.
Oh, that's right. Level 5. Yeah, yeah.
Their
Cool.
stamp of approval. They distanced themselves
For the
the
second.
second game.
Yeah.
And I'm told it kind of shows, but I played a bit of the second game. I didn't find it too bad.
It still has a lot of the aesthetic, but it doesn't have as much as the first one did.
Doesn't have that kind of soul, that X factor.
Well, the first one, like, when they created the pre-orders for it and all, it came with an actual spell book for the game.
Oh.
So you could learn all the motions, what it all did.
I
It
like
had
a
a
good
monster
spell book.
compendium.
Okay. I also understand now. I've just had a look at the Ni no Kuni Crossworlds, the game. The music's been done by Joe Hisashi,
Hey.
i.e., the guy who does everything that Miyazaki.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So if you like Ghibli, check out Ni no Kuni. The movie's on Netflix. It's all right. It doesn't really catch you in any sense. It's got some references to the first game.
No, okay.
The first game is available on Switch, PS3, PS4. So if you'd like to check that out, I'd highly recommend it. Second game's on PS4 and I think it's on Switch as well. It's not as good, but it's still good.
I just like the second game because you play as the president of the United States who gets isekai'd into a magical world, but it's okay because he still has his handgun. His modern day Earth handgun.
Ni no Kuni is using blockchain system.
Oh dear.
NFTs!
Oh.
No, it looks like they've got their own tokens. Reimagines the fantasy world of the original games, anime-style graphics rendered in Unreal 4, heartfelt cutscenes, original music tracks by longtime Studio Ghibli film composer Joe Hisashi, with immersive gameplay. Ni no Kuni Crossworlds employs a gameplay-based blockchain system, giving players who enjoy Ni no Kuni the opportunity to play to earn tokens through their gameplay. Players can acquire 2 types of tokens throughout the blockchain system, and our team will do our best to preserve the token values.
Can I use these tokens to buy pancakes?
I want to buy pizza.
I actually just now want pancakes. How dare you?
Because if I can't use game tokens to buy exclusively pancakes, what's the point?
You're not involved. You don't
No.
care. It's-
Like, I haven't touched the mobile game yet. I've been waiting for like a good chance to sit down and play it.
Yeah.
to be
but
honest, I
like-
think I might be doing that this afternoon now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going full blockchain.
No, that
No,
makes
I-
it even better.
No,
That's
I
exciting.
think that is
Why would I
a-
encourage them?
So it's a utility. So they've got the Territe token, which is a utility token existing in the Marblex platform, blah, blah, blah. So you can play the game to earn the token and distribute them outside the game to use for stores, freely distribute them outside the game, store, exchange, sell, and purchase. So, and you can earn them by playing the game in 3 different areas. And it explains what they are. And I think they're like the equivalent of the PvP area. So instead of just getting PvP tokens, I think you get...
NFT tokens.
No, cryptocurrency. That's basically what this is. If they're trying to maintain the value of the token, that suggests that they're setting the value and it's a set value. It's like when WoW
Buy low,
introduced-
sell high, Ni no Kuni coins.
Yeah, exactly. By daily quests as well. Like... So, okay, cool. So you can use them in the game to buy Territe, which is an in-game currency, so you earn the tokens to actually buy the in-game currency instead of spending real money.
Yep.
Or you can send it to a Marblex wallet, which is
I'm
a
uninstalling.
cryptocurrency wallet. No,
Look, that's his choice.
that's
He
your
wants to
choice.
uninstall.
But
But-
it's literally the exact same as WoW having the WoW tokens.
Yeah,
Oh, uninstalling WoW.
You already have.
Yes, I did.
I think we all did.
But
a
yeah,
minute
you
ago.
can. What it is you're playing to get your PvP token, and then you're using that to buy stuff in game. But if you already had spent money on the game and wanted to withdraw it, you can then take it and exchange it through a cryptocurrency exchange into real money.
I mean, I think I kind of understand it, but at the same
It's
time,
free money.
It's literally free money.
it's free real estate.
Exactly. So that's a bit weird, but I also kind of get it.
And like the character designs for the game, like you can straight
Oh
up
my
see
God.
how front and center.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the character design is so Ghibli, it's fantastic.
It's so Ghibli. It's not even surprising.
I hope this isn't going to cause a lawsuit.
Us talking about it or the game itself?
The game itself. But anyway, Ni no Kuni, sorry, we've gone way off on a tangent.
Okay, Ni no Kuni the movie, it's good. It touches on the basis of the Ni no Kuni stories, which is, characters going back and forth between worlds, because there's a gateway spell, so they can sort of just back and forth. And so in each world, because it's a parallel world linked to our world, there are people who are the same, And so if something affects one person, it affects their parallel version in the other world.
Wait, so the person is inside both worlds at once?
Yes.
And say I got injured in one world, I'd get injured in the other?
Well, it's not necessarily as straightforward as that, but something similar would happen to you. Like, so in the movie...
if you die while playing Sword Art Online, you die in the real life.
Yeah, basically.
But you're still conscious in the real world?
No, you're unconscious. Well, okay. So it's... Most of the characters who go back and forth, they have themselves in the other world, but they don't see them or really interact with them. Apart from in the first game where the main character was like the main evil lady's minion.
I'm lost.
I follow what you mean, but I know exactly the solution.
I need diagrams.
Well, it's that Doctor Who line. The time is kind of a mushy,
wibbly wobbly timey-wimey
thing.
Basically.
Yeah.
It is. So time is donut shaped.
Okay, so there's an example in the first game where you travel to the alternate world and you meet this big cat, and it's the same as the cheese shop lady in your world, her cat. And so in the fantasy world, he's very lethargic, tired, doesn't want to do anything. You go to the real world, you find out he's been hit by a car. So you have to help heal him, make him better, bring him back to his owner. And then when you go back to the fantasy world, he's feeling a lot better and he wants to help you.
So it's like a cross-dimension spiritual connection between the two sides of the person.
Exactly.
Okay.
In the movie on Netflix, the girl gets stabbed, and so in the other world, she's actually a princess. They go there, they find out that there's a curse on her, and the curse is that there's an invisible dark dagger that's piercing her.
Okay, so so direct parallels between them. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Because more I'm wondering, like, what happens to you, the main character? Is your body asleep in the main world?
Well, the thing is, you take it to the other world.
So you do isekai back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not that you fall asleep and wake up and wake up and fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nice. Well, Ni no Kuni on Netflix. Check it out. Try the game. Get on that blockchain.
Go get yourself some crypto.
Look, I mean, I can explain blockchain to you. It's the public doing the bank's job. That's it.
Kawaii finance.
Silly.
There you go. Well, that's literally it. It's, one bank says to the bank, I'm sending you $10. And the other bank goes, I received $10. And I write that down in my log and place a card face down.
Your turn.
And then all it is having everyone's computers around the world do that for the transfer of NFTs and all that sort of stuff. There you go.
Fair enough.
Explained in literally 30 seconds. People have got videos that go for an hour explaining that. It's ridiculous. Now, this means we get to talk about the real important thing here.
Kawaii-Fi.
We'll be there on time. There's 20 minutes of ads.
Cinema Club.
Are you ready for it?
Hey.
I mean...
Hey, Sony. Yeah. we're playing the thing. You should totally strike this video, Sony.
Don't.
Come on, you're listening to us, aren't you?
Promare's soundtrack is one of the best anime soundtracks of the past 20 years.
High claim, but yeah, honestly.
It's up there. Like,
I'm not going to say it is the best, but it's one of
yes.
the
Ooh,
best.
who would you say is the best? I mean, you probably say Evangelion.
It depends on the
To
individual.
be honest, the fourth Evangelion film soundtrack is incredible because they got the lady who does all the music for, what do you call it?
Ghost in the Shell?
Why are you pointing at me? Fate?
No, Key Sword thing.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts.
right.
Oh,
yes.
Utada Hikaru. Yes, that's right.
So, like, it was phenomenal.
I mean, I think it's better when it's mixed with a bit of Tenacious D.
Also, just quick shoehorn there. Utada Hikaru is non-binary. So it's they, them.
Sorry, they. Them.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Studio Trigger. This is their passion project.
Yeah,
and
this was their
shows.
first big movie out, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is it's the first film they have ever done since establishment. So Studio Trigger was established back in 2011. They started developing this in 2013. That was the same year as Little Witch Academia came out, and it was only 2 years after the studio was established and founded and off to go. Now, if you don't know about Studio Trigger, they were previously... it was founded by the former Gainax director, which is Hiroyuki Imaishi, and that was after his success with Gurren Lagann. And then he also had Gainax's jack of all trades, Masahiko Otsuka. Matsuhika does everything. He's a Makoto Shinkai, except that
Yeah,
he
we
just
know
does
the
one
type.
thing on one project, and then he'll go to another project and do something completely different and still nail it. Whether that's episode director, script writer, art director, character designer, he can do it all. And that's why Gurren Lagann looked so good, and it's why Trigger has that consistent art style now as
But
well.
it's also why you'll notice a lot of similarities between like Gurren Lagann and this.
Kill la Kill as well.
Kill la Kill in
Yep,
this as well.
they were involved in that too. So, Gurren Lagann's visual humor and style defined the studio's work and has helped Trigger to be seen as the successor to Gainax after it kind of passed. Yeah, it just became embroiled in all sorts of legal stuff, and everyone just kind of was like, we don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
I love some of the stuff Gainax made. Obviously, Neon Genesis, Gurren Lagann, Nadia of
Anything
Blue
with
Water.
that sweet bounce.
Oh God! But it unfortunately it's well past its prime, and it's unfortunately heading off into the sunset, in my opinion.
It just shed its skin and evolved.
Yeah, into 4 different studios, which are all epic. So we'll
It's an
cover
Eevee.
that in some point. Yeah, it is a bit. Now, Promare reunited the creative team from Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill, which is director Imayashi Hiroyuki and screenwriter Nakashima Kazuki. They were both involved in it, and then they got the soundtrack done by Sawana Hiroyuki, who is just, oh my God.
Yeah.
That Inferno song, like I went for a drive last night, put it on loop, and just go up and down the freeway.
Oh, dude, that'd be great, like doing a coastal drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was good. It was very good. Everyone was just like, what's this? Like, I had some guy in this souped up, like, Bogomobile come next to me, and I'm just got the windows down, just cranked all the way up, and he's just, you could tell he was just kind of like, what on earth am I looking at? Just like guy in his Neon Genesis t-shirt, pop collar of my jacket.
Goddamn weed.
He was jealous.
Yeah, he was very jealous because he just had doof doof and mine was louder.
Hey.
So there's also Superfly performed 2 songs for it. The epic Kakusai, which is literally Awakening. That's the da 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 da. Not that one.
1 for the money, 2 for the show.
You've killed me. So,
Not the runner.
not the Rona, thankfully. I've been tested. So there is a lot to love about this film, but we're going to go through this in a sort of order. So, firstly, soundtrack still so good, works fantastically for everything that's been done. The art style, which is something we have to talk about straight away. So, it is eye bleach. It is so colorful. It puts Technicolor's grading to shame.
If you're sitting in a black cinema and watching this, the cinema's no longer black. You can see everything.
Yeah, you can see you can smell color.
And there's all sorts of strange and interesting little details for it as well. Like at the start, you're seeing like panning shots of this city. And you know how you get the lens flare, those like little circles which follow the sun's rays? They're all square shaped.
Yeah, they
when you go
embraced
along
the
this.
poly style of the Promare
Yeah.
components of the film.
Because there's a lot of triangles in it as well.
Yeah, triangles, squares, and
They had a Doritos brand deal.
God.
Just like Zenitsu.
No, he does not. But the world design is fantastic.
Yes.
And like you notice even little things where they've taken that design language, like the cracks in the ice are squared, they're not jagged. Like little bits like that. As you said, the lens flare, there's so
It's
many
just
opportunities for it.
The way it's been done, it stands out as something all on its own. You've not seen anything like this before.
Well, you have, but you haven't seen it all together.
Yeah.
It's probably the way to explain it. And that's something I want to point out.
You've seen aspects of this before, like the fact that the main character is just Kamina.
Yeah, from
Gurren
Gurren Lagann.
Lagann.
And
There's no two ways about
Aina
it.
is 100% Yoko mixed with who was it?
Sakura Haruno.
Sakura Haruno as well. Also, so it's just
The
like
mad scientist girl has like the little animal companion. It's
Like Buta.
like
yeah,
Buta,
yeah,
yes.
like Buta, yeah.
It's just like
So,
you're watching a
there are so many influences that are from other Trigger properties.
Yep.
And I mean, it does make you think that maybe after he completed Gurren Lagann, he went, I just want to
mess around with these characters a little bit.
Because
Feels
so
like
many
a
of the people are
culmination
from
of
it.
like all their favorite things.
Yeah, exactly.
What if this is just Carmina's version of heaven?
Or what if this was the original idea which spurned all the other anime series?
Yeah.
Could be.
You never know. But what was I talking about? I was talking about the small details. So, do you remember in Kill la Kill how whenever someone did a big move, they have the massive text on screen and moving with it? So they've done the same thing here. But one of the things I absolutely adored was that when the Mad Burnish had that appear behind them, it appeared on everyone's screens as well.
Yep.
It's just like that little details.
And I think at one point also the text sort of fell down and like shook the area, and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
sort of, they really sort of leaned into it. Like,
they leaned into it hard.
It's like not just them doing sort of like the Super Sentai poses. It's that there was actually almost an explanation that this stuff was actually happening. It wasn't just a rule of cool kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and then obviously there's the character design as well, which we've mentioned as well. Like the character design is heavily inspired by all their prior works, and obviously I'm haven't got this up on the screen at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it was the same character designer for Kill la Kill, and then took the prior work and used that, because I don't think it was the same as Gurren Lagann, and then used that to evolve it. And obviously we've seen like Brand New Animal as well since then. You still have that style. Story wasn't as strong as it could have been, unfortunately.
It was okay.
But this is something I think we do need to front load with Promare. The story isn't necessarily anything new. It is predictable and you can see it, but they don't drag out obvious plot points.
They know why you're there.
They know why you're there.
That's actually something that it feels almost disjointed
Like,
in a
that guy
way.
might be evil, and then a couple of seconds later, yeah, he is evil. Okay,
No,
cool.
it's like at the start you're sort of introduced to all of these like quirky characters. It's sort of like the firefighting rescue team.
And you're introduced in rapid succession. You're like, boom, 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 boom. These are the characters.
It just sort of feels like there is an entire series there where you get to know like all these characters and their relationships, but no, they are quite incidental.
I mean,
It feels like there is a series attached to this, but
it
there's
does,
not.
doesn't it? Also, on that note, don't watch the two prequel extras. They're not good. Like, I understand why they were made, but they're set one day before, and it sets out that, I mean, sure, our main guy is a rookie firefighter.
There's contradictions.
It breaks continuity. It's like he joined the fire team 4 days before. Okay, so if he joined it 4 days before, why does everyone know him so well?
Yeah.
Why is that guy saying, I've tried to kill him multiple times and every time he came back, when he hasn't been allowed to do a mission according to that prequel? Like, there's a lot of broken things in there. Same thing with Leo's pre-story as well. They go, Leo only literally became in charge of Mad Burnish the day before. And they're like, but the leader's been at large for 30 years.
Yep.
Like, sure, and we hear as part of it that being a Burnish means you don't age naturally.
Yeah, but what about Grandpa?
The Burnish have only been around for 30 years. He probably got that as an old man.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the thing. Like, there is
Saying
consistency.
of which we should probably yield the story.
Oh, yeah, that.
Fire.
Fine, we'll do that. Okay, so Promare.
I'm the story.
Promare. 30 years ago, a new race of flame-wielding mutants suddenly started appearing around the world, destroying a large proportion of humanity. These so-called Burnish have continued to appear at random, leaving a trail of death and destruction in their wake. In the Autonomous Republic of Promopolis, a thriving nation which is thanks to the incredible efforts of the leader, Cray Forsyth, who has had incredible efforts against the Burnish. A team of firefighters known as the Burning Rescue is tasked with stopping these horrifying monsters using the most performant technology available thanks to their incredible mechanic Luciafex. Gallo Timos is an energetic young man who considers Forsyth his hero for saving his life and is the rescue team's most recent recruit. A terrorist group calling themselves the Mad Burnish has been causing havoc all over the nation. After an encounter with Mad Burnish leader Leo Fotia, Gallo sets out on his fated journey to find the truth about these mutants and ultimately leaving him to question everything he previously held to be true. So, it's...
X-Men. Yes.
Yeah. It's X-Men except that they're all
pyrokinetics.
Yeah,
yeah,
basically. But yeah, there's a lot, and I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen it. But
you should see it.
the story still holds up.
Yes.
It really still
What
holds
little
up.
of the story there is.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of story in there. Like when you look at it, it does feel like at some points the story has been slapped on. Like when they start talking about like the interdimensional stuff and wormholes and stuff like that. But if you watch it again, you'll notice that all of this is pre-mentioned. Like the old scientist guy, for instance, is in the intro. Like it's all these little things are in there. You just have to look for them.
Yeah,
So
there's
watch
just
it
that there's kind of like a
multiple
big info dump at the end, and you're just like, okay, that's the exposition. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Well, the second time through, like even if it's not immediately after, like even if it's like 6 months, a year, you notice more your second time through. Like
do.
while we were watching this morning, we were like, oh look, you can see that Carmina's there in the background, like of almost all the beginning shots when they're rushing off to go take on the fire. Like he's there, but you don't notice him the first time you're watching.
Yeah,
because
it's like
you're just
his
watching
being
the
there
action.
is sort of like built up as a surprise. It's just
and it's
where
just
did he
like-
even come from? No, he was present.
Gallo was there the entire time in every scene while they were prepping. He was just chilling, then he's in his seat, and you don't notice because the way they've done the lighting is to focus on the person who is active in that shot.
Yeah.
Which is
which
very
is really
clever.
smart. Yeah,
It's a clever way of using their aesthetic, their colors, the lighting, and everything about the shot to make you like draw your attention, but still have things going on in the background.
yeah. Also, never have I hated a group as much as I hate the Freeze Force.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, they are presented as just
Like
cartoonishly evil.
they are just they elicit the response they're going for.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not saying they're bad because of the way they are.
No.
But-
I was going to say I have definitely hated groups more than the Freeze Force.
Oh, I just felt that like
It's definitely a commentary on police.
it is.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
if we go back a little bit, I'm sure you can all understand a cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're probably the most annoying aspect of the film because I find them a bit generic as well.
Yeah.
And I think that probably helps fuel the anger towards them.
Yeah, because
But-
they're all very faceless except for that one. And then at the end, what they do with him,
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect comeuppance.
it explains his behavior as well.
It really does. One thing to be aware of is that the finale, if you've watched Gurren Lagann and enjoyed it, you're going to love the finale.
You're going to love this.
They do resort to a Deus Ex Machina at the end, and I mean that in the literal kind. It's the name of a robot.
Yes. And then they punch the planet.
Yeah.
And then the sun.
Oh, yeah, if you thought this film wouldn't have a giant drill, you're sorely mistaken. But Gurren Lagann was amazing, and this has taken the energy of that entire series
Perfectly matched it.
and condensed it into a 2-hour film. And I cannot give enough praise for how well they've balanced all aspects of it. The visuals don't overpower the music. The music will support scenes correctly. None of the music ever felt misplaced, and all of it's enjoyable to listen to on its own as well.
And
So-
I mean, like, we saw this on a smaller screen today. We saw it on the big screen earlier. I gotta say, if it does come back to, like, cinemas...
Oh, I want to go see it in the cinema again.
Oh, dude, with
it
the
hurts
cinema
your eyes,
surround
but
sound?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like-
well, I mean, I don't know if I told you. I went and looked at because obviously when I get any audio tracks, I check their levels and all that before I put them in for playing. And the Promare OST, they have got it literally the tiniest slither underneath over peaking. So it's just it's as loud as you can possibly ever get it without distorting.
Nice.
It's just like you were really smooth with this in the mixing. Like you were like, I want this to be flat. It will never peak. It'll just be a burst of sound. Like I know I'm going on about the music a lot, but as a
Audiophile.
music background musician
Yeah.
growing up, love my music. One of those people who will literally have hair stand on hair on the end from music, like get goosebumps from music. And
You should see him at a Wiggles concert. He goes nuts.
I wiggle
Fruit
and bump.
salad. Just
He headbangs to fruit salad.
Look, fruit salad doesn't do it to me.
salad.
There's
Yummy.
there's always been something in the way the Japanese compose music, and it's something I wanted to do an episode on, but I can't because we'll get copyright strike buggery.
I understand entirely what you're saying because Digimon does it for me. Every time there's like a new level of Digivolution and they play that Digivolution song that they've got for that series.
Yeah.
Oh, I just...
Yeah, the emotion that's attached to it. So that there's a very...
Wait, do you mean the English version with the Digimon rap?
Look, the Digimon rap is iconic.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the Japanese version.
There's a
The Japanese didn't
rap?
have a Digi-rap.
No, not the Digi-Rap. The Japanese evolution music.
Oh, yeah, but the Digi-rap wasn't used for the Digi-Evolutions.
Oh, no, it wasn't, was it?
No, it was a movie exclusive.
But this is... What I'm getting at is this is a soundtrack that literally gives me chills. It's something that I can listen to on repeat without issue and will come home feeling absolutely ecstatic, as I did last night after going for a couple-hour drive listening to it. And
Which in this economy, and with fuel prices, and what were you thinking?
I wasn't, and I now only have half a tank.
You fool!
I'm just going nowhere for the rest of the week.
Apparently, you don't have a choice in it
I
anymore.
don't have a choice in it. The tanks run dry. No,
Thanks, Japan.
no.
Anime.
I was like, oh, okay. Just because I know that there was also like Japan being annoyed at Russia and refusing to buy some of their oil as well. And refusing to collaborate with them on an oil hub, and I'm like, oh, is that what he's talking about? No, it's much more basic, Kyle.
You're thinking way too geopolitical
Way
where
too
I'm
geopolitical.
concerned.
I love Promare, and it's been a good couple of years since I've watched it, and I'm actually really surprised it's been that long. So I got Emma to watch it with me last night, and she was like, I don't know. Then I just showed her the trailer, and she went, all right, let's do it.
Hey.
So you're not the only person who showed Partner the Promare trailer recently.
Did you also?
Yeah, I had the lovely Nezumi from Palettes over, and I was like, oh yeah, we're planning on doing this soon, and I showed it to her because she's like, oh, it's a firefighting anime, so I think I know the one.
Sort
Is it
of like
Fire Force? And I was like,
Well, funnily enough, came out at exactly the same time.
Well, I was
no
like-
connection.
her main thing was like, oh, does it have like a sexy half-naked cat girl? I was like, look, it's got a half-naked girl in it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, it's got a half-naked guy.
Oh, it's got like so many half-naked guys.
Oh, Gallo and Leo. Mwah.
Galileo.
There is
oh
a-
my!
Now you see it.
So that's what... Okay, yeah, I only just got that too.
I didn't realize that was a secret.
I wish we had like a reaction cam because oh my god.
Yeah, Aaron was just frozen there for a sec. It was wonderful.
It's actually very sneaky of them, isn't it?
I didn't even think... What was the author trying to say with this?
I need like a 20-minute breather, so I think I'm out for the rest of the episode. Sorry guys, you're on your own. I've got to go process this.
One thing I would love to say is if you enjoy anything Transformers based, like Gridman Universe stuff, or what was the other one? SSS.
SSS is good.
Yeah.
Man. Dynazenon?
Dynazenon. You will love the design of the vehicles in it. Like Ina's jet, I want that. That just 100% reminds me original Transformers movie from the 90s.
I want
just-
Ignis's car.
I like I just like the like mech suits, the little rescue mech suits that you see at the start. Those are so cool and
Yeah.
they look so practical.
Even just the base versions
Yeah.
of them.
One thing I will give for Freeze Force is that I love that they've got big dumb monster trucks which turn into helicopters. Like that was whoever came up with that was a genius.
They're like quadcopters.
Yeah.
They're like ATVs that turn into quadcopters.
ATVs that turn into gigantic drones.
It looks like
Yeah.
kind of like an awesome Lego set that you would have wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
This car turns into a plane.
Like it wouldn't have even had to be a like full Lego set. Like you just turn the Lego wheels up yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, throughout the entire film, there's I wouldn't say the story stops at any point. Like
There is like so you know how a lot of movies have like that designated pee break where like stuff sort of lulls
there's
for a
no
little
pee
bit?
break.
Oh, actually, I'd say maybe when they meet the professor, that might be the pee break.
But that's important to the plot.
Yeah, that's like, this is exactly why everything's happening. I'm just going to tell you in the next, 2 minutes.
Actually, no.
When they're on the ice.
Oh,
That's too early to be the pee break moment.
What about when Gallo's locked up and Ina bumps into her sister?
Yeah.
I don't think
Maybe.
it's long enough for it, though.
No, not really.
I don't-
Isn't there a website for this?
I don't think
When's
there's
the
a
pee
pee
break?
break for this.
No,
Wait, is there a website for this?
There is a website.
Oh, this is
It's called Run P.
this is a weird tangent.
The Run P app is much more than just P times.
Because I did that for Doctor Strange recently. I was watching the movie and then I was like, this is the pee break moment. And I went downstairs, peed, came back, and I asked my friends, what did I miss? And they're like, nothing. I was like, ha, pee break.
Oh, God.
The weird tangents we go on, honestly.
Okay, apparently, so the Run P app is available on Google Play in the App Store. It also lets you know if there's anything during the end credits, so that if you want to dash out quickly to go and come back so you can see the end credit scene, you know how long you've got.
Oh, good.
That's pretty cool.
That's actually a decent feature.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember how many times we've all gone to a movie and
Never again sit
Had
through
to
a movie
Google
wondering,
if there's
can
an
I
end
go now? We'll let you know when it's safe to run for the bathroom.
I like the idea that your phone has an alarm.
Relax and enjoy your movie. The Run P timer will notify you 30 seconds before each P time. You get a little bzz, bzz, you're like,
I was
can
just
go.
saying that.
Each pee time, as in plural?
If there is, I mean, there are some films which you like.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, the entirety of Lord of the Rings is pee
Yes.
time.
Hey,
No.
Okay, look, they get the ring, they start walking. Next movie.
dude, you are treading sacred ground
Treading
here.
sacred
I
ground
suggest you
here.
turn back.
Look, you're entitled to your opinion, but Splish Splash, your opinion is trash.
The first time I watched Lord of the Rings, I was a teenager. I was watching it. I fell asleep when they started walking. I woke up during the third movie. They were still walking.
Heresy.
And I was like, cool, I missed nothing.
You missed so much.
So much.
They walked.
What's Smeagol's backstory, Aaron?
He betrayed his brother in a fishboat for the ring
Why?
because the ring told him to.
This
You
is
definitely
true.
didn't sleep through all of it.
Oh, no, I actually recently rewatched it.
How much of it did you sleep through this
None.
time, Aaron?
Did you watch the extended or not?
No, because I actually have a life.
This isn't true.
I'm sorry, but Lord of the Rings is like no. All right, look.
You've made a powerful enemy this day.
Why do you think I asked you about dwarves?
Oh,
mean-
wow. Yeah, you are completely ignorant about dwarfish culture. We're going to have to go drinking and I'll educate you.
Dwarfish drinking stuff.
Dwarfish drinking!
I'm down for that. Anyway,
the boot.
Tangent.
on that bombshell, we should actually talk about the anime news. But if you want to watch Promare,
Do it.
because .moe will tell you where to watch it. In Australia, there is currently no streaming option.
Aw.
You have
What about
to
YouTube?
watch.
Because you can rent and buy on YouTube.
YouTube does have it. Amazon Prime has it for purchase and rent, and I think Disney Plus I saw on the list as well.
Really?
They've got some weird stuff on there. Yeah, but that might be dependent on region. But at least those are a couple of options for it. So if you search Promare and in Google and on the right hand side where it has the links to where you can buy it, it'll have the links to the website you can watch it on for your region.
Oh, do yourselves a favor and buy the Blu-ray.
I mean,
Yes.
it's still available. I'm looking at the collector's edition. I'm very tempted. It
Oh, you
comes
were
with a
looking at the
poster.
vinyl
No, you're
for
not.
it.
No, I'm looking at the vinyl as well.
No,
Actually,
you're not. That's
No, that's not what's in front of me right now. It's legit up here on the screen
And
Oh,
that's
there it
the
is.
power
On
of
the
technology, kids.
on the computer which is recording.
ooh, $73 for the collector's edition.
Yeah, man. It includes so much soundtrack on CD, art book, full English script, and a 34 by 40 centimeter poster.
Can we do a cast reading as a bonus episode? Just the Kawaii-Fi team. We assign different roles and then we read it.
Patreon.
And then maybe we meet up with some of our voice acting friends.
Some of the voice acting friends.
Voice acting
then
friends.
we've
Maybe
got
a certain dry guy.
Maybe a
We know
certain
some-
jargon.
we know some voice acting friends.
Oh my god, I'm trying to figure out what we'd put Terry on.
We have to put him as Gaia. Like Gallo. We've got to make him the main character.
He does have. He is a main character.
He's
Yes.
got the voice for
Yeah.
it.
He has got the voice for it.
Either that or the governor.
I reckon he'd do a good governor.
I was thinking Ignis.
Nah,
There's not enough lines for him though.
exactly.
But he'd do a good governor.
Well, the
I'll
thing
do
about our
Ignis.
lovely, talented dry guy is he has many voices.
He does. I need to actually get my mixtape to him. Yeah, that's the
We
thing.
need to get our dry guy schedule lined
We
up.
shall
yeah.
pay him in cheese.
or just Sonic games. Now, on that note, let's get stuck into some anime news.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
It's good to have you back, Kenny. Please don't. Now,
It's good to be back. Oh, broke the chair.
plenty going on over the past 5 weeks. As always, we're going to talk about the big ones that we haven't covered on social media for the most part. First things first, this happened in the past 24 hours of us recording. We're recording early because we can. Hunter x Hunter's manga apparently returning for 4 chapters after being on hiatus for how many years?
3.
3 years.
Not counting.
This is
Just a smidge.
some pretty big news. It was everywhere when it was first
It's
reported.
longer. November 2018, so that's 3.5 years.
Yeah, but you can't say 4 years. It's been over
That's-
1,000 days.
It's been over 1,000 days.
It's been over 1,000 days.
Aaron's got like the
I've got scratch marks on my wall.
scratch marks on his wall counting down.
It's like a prison cell in there.
He's got a journal. Day 56.
Without
since I-
Still no more Hunter. Now, Yoshiro
I feel
Togashi,
lost
who
as though at sea.
Togashi Yoshihiro, who is the creator of Hunter x Hunter, has not had a Twitter account until this week. This week, he set it up and teased that he would return from the Hunter x Hunter manga would return from his current hiatus with 4 new chapters for now. Those are the key words, for now.
I also like the use of current hiatus.
Current hiatus.
As
yeah.
if to imply there will be another one thereafter.
Yeah. So he did not reveal when the chapters would debut. Now, everyone was like, who is this guy? Because obviously a new Twitter account claiming to be a well-known mangaka.
New Twitter account. Who this?
One Punch Man's creator, Murata Yusuke, went and confirmed on Twitter that it was indeed the guy in question. Funnily enough, his Twitter handle is a jumble of letters and numbers, so that's why everyone was like, "What the hell?" Literally. So the new account was
No wonder
at
there was such bloody
capital
confusion.
UN 4V 5S 8 BGS capital VK 9 capital XP
What if it's code?
That is code.
for Pepsi.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm going to need you to send that to me. I'll crack it.
Okay. Now
I feel like if it was going to be cracked, it would have been cracked by now.
Yeah,
So-
but I want to do it.
the manga was on hiatus since November 2018, and it had only really returned from its previous hiatus in September 2018 after going on hiatus in April. And then before that, it was on hiatus in September 2017, and he planned to resume it before the end of the year, and then it resumed in January, and it just keeps going on hiatus. And I understand it's to do with health and everything else,
Yeah, he's got a lot of very complicated medical issues.
but it's a real shame.
It is unfortunate, but there are plans in action in case his medical condition does get worse.
Is it his wife?
Yes, his lovely wife, who's the creator of Sailor Moon.
Oh.
Yeah, lovely little love story there. So Yu Yu Hakusho and Sailor Moon, like the creators of it, got married, and
That's awesome.
yeah. By the way, I have to talk about Yu Yu Hakusho.
We
sometime.
need to do Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
That's a retro classic.
Yes.
Straight
Hell
up
yeah.
a retro classic.
But so he's been teaching his wife his art style, and he's told her the story, and he's run her through how he wants to finish it, so that if unfortunately he does a berserk,
Yeah.
it can.
Be finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I recently did start reading the Berserk manga in a few places, and holy hell, I understand why the fans were so devastated.
yeah, it's phenomenal. But look, we don't know when the manga will return. We will, of course, announce at the moment we have a date.
Look, I had to deal with Kingdom Hearts 3, so I will believe this when I see it.
That's fair. That is fair. And now there's Kingdom Hearts 4 coming. Because why not?
With Sora with human-sized feet.
Okay, we've got theories on that.
Oh,
but
yes?
We will dive into that another time.
Fair. All right. Now, this is more, I want to talk about it, even though it has been on the Twitter and the Discord and everywhere else.
Oh, yeah?
Urusei Yatsura is returning.
Hey.
We mentioned this
Okay,
before.
go.
It is arriving October. We have a date. We know it's going to have 52 episodes, whether that's split into multiple cores or not. We're not sure. It's going to adapt pretty much, by the sounds of it, the entirety of the anime of the manga in an abridged format, taking only the creme de la creme stories.
Ooh.
So this is going to be amazing. And
I'm intrigued.
They're going
I
to have
mean-
to modernize it, of course, because this was written in the late 70s, early 80s.
Isn't it the same creator as Ranma?
brains completely died on it.
I mean, yeah, this is one of those sort of like deep dive
Classics.
classics. It's got that iconic look which sets it apart from all the others. And that's what kind of intrigues me about it. Bringing something like that to the modern era is...
Wasn't her name Shampoo? Or was that in Ranma?
That's Ranma. Rumiko Takahashi.
Rumiko Takahashi.
She is the most wealthy mangaka, I believe.
Okay.
Because all of her work has gone international.
Ranma half, yeah, it's like...
Well, Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm a click her name and show you the list. I can't.
Don't die.
I'm not dying.
I managed to track down on... What's the retro streaming service?
Retro Crush?
Retro Crush. One of her first series as well. It was a romance series as well.
What was that one?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It looks really good.
What do you remember from it? I might know it.
Oh, it's
dates.
It's there were dates. It was very slice of life. It's a group of students all together, and it didn't get a big release international, but it is coming back now. It's often the art style of it is often confused with Orange Road, the romance one, which is Retro Crush has been pushing a lot as well, because that's beautiful. That is like mid-80s and stunning. When you look at it, you're like, it's hand-drawn, beautiful. Yes. Anyway,
We'll do a dive later.
I'm willing to bet that it will end up...
Yes.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that that's going to end up over on Crunchyroll because of the studio it's going through. So... Fingers crossed. Crunchyroll also will be releasing Makoto Shinkai's upcoming film, Suzume no Tojimari, for anywhere outside of Asia, and it's meant to be heading out in early 2023. So that is still a way off. I mean, the film is still a way off. It's not going to air until November 11 in Japan. So we've got a long time to wait. But I'm really excited for this. This is... Suzume's door locking, I think, is the literal translation.
Oh, yes, I remember this one. I believe you were talking about it as well.
Mm-hmm. The one with the girl in front of the door.
Yeah.
It's basically doors to parallel worlds where disasters are coming through, and her and this guy go on an epic road trip to close the doors around Japan.
It's Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, yeah.
Gotta close the doors to the worlds.
Bring your Keyblade.
Except interdimensional Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, so...
this is dimensional.
This is dimensional. On the other side of the door was time in its entirety. 17-year-old Suzume's journey begins in a quiet town in Kyushu when she encounters a young man who tells her, "I'm looking for a door." What Suzume finds is a single weathered door standing upright in the midst of ruins as though it was shielded from whatever catastrophe struck. Similarly mesmerized by its power, Suzume reaches for the handle. Doors begin to open one after another all across Japan, unleashing destruction upon any who are near. Suzume must close these portals to prevent further disaster. And then they do what all Japanese descriptions do and go into poetry. The stars, the sunset, the morning sky. Within that realm. It was as though all time had melted together in the sky.
I have wondered about that. Like, if the way they write these sort of like synopses for anime and certain song lyrics... if it does kind of harken back to old school Japanese theatre.
I was going to say, it's definitely got Japanese prose highly embedded into it. So it looks phenomenal, and I'm willing to bet it is a continuation of Weathering With You, because Your Name continues into Weathering With You, and Weathering With You's characters are suspected to appear in this.
Ooh, I was actually going to ask that. Are we going to see all of them together? That'd be so
cool.
There's
someone who was leaking on Twitter saying that they'd been talking with one of the character designers, saying they did reuse character designs from prior assets.
Okay, but that's like that's a hint, but that could also be a misdirection.
It could be, but character designs being specifically listed was kind of what got my attention. But we'll see. I mean, he has a habit of keeping characters and reusing them as adults in each film. So, because I mean, you got the Weathering With You kids in not Weathering With You, the Your Name kids in Weathering With You as adults, married, living together.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little kind of coda to that story, which is,
And now they're grandparents.
Yes. Well, no, Weathering With You destroyed their house and they're gone now. So no. Okay, now, there is also Goodbye Don Glees. Now, this is...
Goodbye Don Cheadle.
We haven't talked about
Don
this.
Cleese.
It's got G-Kids has acquired it for subbed and dubbed release in North America this year. This is done by Madhouse, I believe. believe. Yes, it is Madhouse. Now, this is an original anime film. It is basically about a group of boys who accidentally get a massive forest fire blamed on them. And it's their story of trying to prove their innocence and, you know, bring the true person to justice. But they're not in prison. It's not a prison or courtroom drama. It honestly has the vibes of like a road movie as well.
Interesting.
So I think this will be really interesting. Why Don Glees? They named two of the kids became friends. One came from Tokyo to the Sticks, and the other one is in the Sticks and was going to go to Tokyo. And then they both decided to hang out and stay together. And then they call themselves Don Glees for some reason. I'm sure that'll be explained in the movie. And then they go and do the other stuff. The music for it is going to be done by Fujisawa Yoshiaki.
All right.
A Place Further Than the Universe.
Hey.
Yeah. So the Antarctica Girls.
Oh.
Yeah. So a Review Starlight and No Game No Life Zero as well. So they've got. That's going to be good.
That's got good
it will
music
be
chops.
really good. And there's a lot of different people involved in it. The director of Place Further Than the Universe is directing this.
Hey.
So yeah, and penned the script. So I was right to think this was important. And the character designer is the person from A Place Further Than the Universe and Hunter x Hunter. So the recent one.
The 2011 version?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Now, that's the main things, but some quick sequels. Dan Machi Season 4. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? July 22nd, that lands. When will Ayumi make his move, which is the 3rd of...
Don't tease me, Nagotoro-san.
No. TZ Master Takagi, creator. It's his 3rd series this year.
Jeez.
So, because TZ Master Takagi in Q1, we've currently got...
the Crazy Ninja Girls one.
Yep, and then my laptop died.
Wow, I love that series.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it wrong for your laptop to die in the dungeon that time I got reincarnated? Have we mentioned that on the podcast?
That
The
time
movie?
I got reincarnated as
The
a podcast
light
episode.
novel with a title that is
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
196 pages
Yes,
long.
we have mentioned that because we thought it was ridiculous. The title of the book is the actual story, but the entire story, it's a joke.
I love the fact
literally
that it's being
joke.
picked up to be an anime.
Well, no,
title
it's
sequence.
not officially that, but they've said if it does get an offer for it, that's the only way they'll do it. So, but for context, this is a light novel series taking the mickey out of all other light novel series for having long titles. The book's title contains the entire story. So you open it up and the title continues off the front page through the entire book to the end. And then I don't know what it says for the actual plot of the story. I think it just ends. But the way it's written is all cliche things that happen in light novels.
Every single light novel isekai.
Yeah. And then when they ask them, because obviously it's been published and everyone's like, why would you do this? And everyone's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And then they were like, well, we're looking at getting an anime adaptation. Everyone's like, why? And they're like, and we're going to do it only as anime OPs.
It's just too meta.
Like,
I mean, this will be a great way to showcase different bands who do the OPs for different animes.
I mean,
but
yeah.
at the same time,
It'll be like a one episode, like, joke sort of thing. There'd be no voice acting. It'd just be voice, like just the music.
It'll just be music.
Yeah. So yeah, look, that's a thing. But yeah, that's.
I'm so happy that exists.
It's insane. Don't read it. It's terrible. It's literally been done for the lulz, as they say. And with that,
other news: Shaman King's coming back.
Yay!
Oh yeah, yep. Thank you. Shaman King continuation. That's gonna be.
I think it's
January.
No, not January. I thought it was June.
Oh, sorry. The final drop. Final drop of this is this month, isn't it? Or is it June?
I think it's June because we're at the end of May now, aren't we? No, it was May 26th, wasn't it?
So it must be out. That's today.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry guys, I gotta go home real quick.
I'm just gonna pop over to our Instagram channel and confirm.
The best way to get the information.
Yep, I've got it there. May 26th, part 4.
Yeah, May
Yep.
26th. Hell yeah.
So this is the
Okay,
final
bye,
part
guys.
of it. Good job we're at the end of the episode, right? Final part of it lands on Netflix on May 26th, which is Thursday gone, because this podcast goes out on the Monday. We're recording it early because we've got a pretty busy weekend.
Even though we can't go to Tokyo Alley.
No, which is really, real shame. If you, it's too late to promote
plug
it.
Yeah.
That's
But
a real
if you,
shame.
please tell us if you did go to
If you
Tokyo
went to
Alley.
Tokyo Alley, show us the loot. Tell us about the cool artists you met and the stuff you
Tag
found
us
that
in
was
your
interesting.
Instagram stories.
Yeah, make us famous by accidental tagging. Now,
Hashtag Kawaii-Fi told me to do it.
So, Shaman King's fourth part lands on Netflix May 26th. It is final with a little asterisk because the sequel has already been greenlit. So, and that's going to be set, I think, 8 years later or something like that. And Maid I Hired recently is Mysterious, also is getting a July anime. Same guy who created Great Jar He Will Not Be Defeated.
Hey.
I like the cut of her jib.
I like that now the anime news is scrolling through Instagram.
Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, October. My Hero Academia Vigilante is coming to an end. My Hero Academia getting 2 OVAs as well.
Neat.
My Rent a Girlfriend returns in July. Don't watch it.
Our COVID break, our giving away prizes, our...
Inspector Season 2 delayed till January 2023. I think that's it. We're now back to May 8th. That's...
Cool.
I've covered the important stuff. And with that, we need to wrap up.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Oh no, I've made a terrible error.
What's
no.
this?
It's not that the laptop has died. It's that I didn't even plan what we're doing next episode.
Tiger and Bunny.
No, we need to wait for our illustrious Kira to come back off her maternity breaks. That'll probably be 2 months away at least, I'd say.
Yeah.
But next episode,
We'll think of something.
it's a surprise. It's going to be
Yay.
exciting.
Mystery bag.
And maybe there'll be 4 or 5 of us in the studio.
I won't be in.
You won't be in?
No.
3 weeks' time?
Yes.
Oh, fancy. Well, maybe there'll be 4 of us in the studio.
Wouldn't it?
Tifa and Emma.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yes.
All right, so it's got to be something that one of us has to pick and then put forward.
Well, let's let the girls pick.
All right.
And see what they want to do, because they haven't been able to talk for a while on the podcast, and I'm sure between Tifa and Emma we're going to end up with something fantastic.
Hell yeah.
So it's good to have reliable teammates. Now,
Can I just...
What are you trying to say here?
Yeah, ouch, first of all.
No, didn't you guys say Promare would be a great idea as well?
Yes.
Like, was the moment I mentioned it, you're like, oh, we should watch it again. I'm like, why don't we just make it the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, Aaron.
So, quickly back to the hashtag thing of Kawaii-Fi maybe do it. I just want to give a shout out to one of our Patreons who created the tag hashtag caramel sauce on my titties thanks to our YouTube video.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Also, we might actually have, I forgot to tell you this, we might have a few new listeners.
Oh.
Yes, I've been talking to an old schoolmate of mine who's become a YouTube streamer. He goes by Phantom Man 100.
Oh, okay.
Nice bloke, loves his Pokemon games. It's been fun to watch him. It's actually making me want to
Well,
play it as well.
if you did end up here thanks to Phantom Man, welcome. Thank you, Phantom Man. I can't meet you in person because you clearly don't exist with a name like
You're
that.
a phantom.
Yeah.
He's a
Phantom.
Does he like the opera? But
You guys would love him.
welcome.
I'll get you guys to meet
we
sometime.
do actually have, you and I mentioned this a while ago and talked about it. We want to do a Pokemon episode.
Hey.
We want to do Pokemon, the
Oh, yeah.
first movie 20 years on.
Oh, is this regarding the thing I said about the upcoming convention as well?
No, but that's a good idea. Let's we will
We'll
brainstorm.
brainstorm this. You
But
guys
a
have these
Pokemon
hints to
episode
work
is
with.
in the works as well. As well as the Tiger and Bunny, which I'm going to be honest, Tiger and Bunny next anime season we'll bring it up, maybe just before part 2 drops.
It's going to be a part 2.
Yeah, there's another 12 episodes coming.
Hell
That
yeah.
explains the ending.
Yeah, no, it's meant to be a cliffhanger. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it and I was like, oh, there's definitely more after this, but I can't say anything because nobody else has watched it.
Yeah, no, they did confirm 2 core. It's meant to be a 1-season gap, so that means we are looking. Well, I mean, they dropped it all at once, which was nice.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of this season, so we'll probably get it spring then.
Yeah, spring season, spring, autumn,
spring, yeah,
North
it's
American
sprung.
autumn. Yeah, it's sprung. Well, do things if you do enjoy what we're doing and like to support us and get access to us talking a lot of trash on the pre-show. or just talking random things, or behind the scenes
We can
stuff.
swear.
If you want access to some more mature content, Patreon is our friend, and we have 4 wonderful levels for you to apply on and be rejected for.
That's me talking about anime movies while not wearing a shirt.
You can buy us loaves of bread.
To be fair, we will be back in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, I and Emma don't catch the spicy cough.
That was
because
tough.
we're the only people on the team who haven't, or well, Kiralee hasn't, but she's been very careful being pregnant.
Yeah, you have to.
So, and you know, she's thankfully going to be away from that for a while. So hopefully we will be good. If we do have issues, we will post it on our social media. So make sure you do go follow us over on there. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. Come join us in the Discord if you want.
Push the like buttons and algorithmic threat.
Oh yeah, subscribe on YouTube. More videos coming there as well. Next one is on My Hero Academia Vigilantes and why it is potentially the ultimate prequel manga. Because holy cow is it good, and it's ending at the absolute perfect stepping off point as well. And that ends this month. I'm so excited to talk about
That's
it.
pretty good. And if Kyle and Emma do catch the spicy cough, Aaron's going to take the channel and go rogue and send all the audio to Kyle, and Kyle's going to go, I'm not publishing this.
I'll put this on the Patreon. I'll give you a mic stand.
Yes.
Because you did were saying you need one for your mic at home.
My terrible
mic stand. Disintegrating. Hey, look, we managed to keep all of the blubber talk to the end. It's quite good instead of front loading. Look, thank you so much for watching. You've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. We love you, and as we love to say, watch some anime. Sorry, what?
What?